Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Watch my video and subscribe my channel. Will Liam's brain surgery turn him dark? Bold the Beautiful shows Liam Spencer in recovery. But will his brain surgery transform him for the worse? After Grace Buckingham and the other doctor undertook experimental brain surgery, she assured Bill Spencer that Liam's brain tumor was totally eradicated. But we are questioning whether this medical marvel might come at a great cost. And I'm not talking about the money. We're going to see several ways that this cutting-edge surgery that Grace mentioned could have Liam waking up as an entirely different man. Liam Spencer's recovery. Will brain surgery change him? So, right now we've got Bill pacing and waiting after he paid $1 million to get this miracle surgery for Liam. And his son is out of surgery and in recovery, but he still hasn't woken up. Grace said Liam may stay unconscious for a time, but she also stated it looks good and this likely saved Liam's life. So, Grace is telling Bill they received their miracle. Brain tumor's gone. Liam's going to live. And that's all fantastic news. But it all seems a little too easy and too convenient. I mean, I've been expecting an 11th hour miracle save. That's not the part that seems easy. I just wonder if there's a chance that Grace didn't warn them about some probable negative effects of the procedure. Maybe there's a twist coming, because if there's not, then again, this all seems just way too easy. Bold and the Beautiful. Liam's brain surgery changes him for the worse? Soap dirt. So, it might be that Liam receives this fresh lease on life. He's going to live to a ripe old age. But what if he's a completely new Liam? One that isn't like the man that Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan fell in love with. What if Liam comes out of this as someone altogether new, but not necessarily in a good way? I did a little research, and malignant brain tumors, as well as surgery to remove them, can impact your personality, your emotions, your behavior. I also had a friend whose husband had a brain tumor, and he went just like this way. It was like a stranger was in her house, and even after the brain surgery, he never came back to the sweet guy she married. Things didn't work out for them because of the lobe it was pressing on and had done some kind of irreparable damage. But that's been a while. So, I wanted to renew myself with real research. And following brain surgery, patients may have difficulty with decision-making. They may struggle with impulse control. They may experience substantial alterations in their social behavior. Some behaviors may be unacceptable. So, that's why I'm wondering if Bill's son is about to change. Bold and the Beautiful. Exploring potential outcomes of Liam's transformation. So, the first result I think that would be very intriguing is if Liam went black and he turned vicious. The complete and absolute reverse of how he's always been. For the most part, Liam's been cool, easygoing. Bill used to nickname his son a tree-hugging tofu boy. And of course, Liam's had his difficulties on Bold and the Beautiful. He's been a cheater. He's waffled between Steffi and Hope, but he's never been evil. Liam just sometimes can't help but follow his heart, even when it headed two different routes, two different ladies, sometimes even overlapping with Steffi and Hope. But the thought of a dark Liam, that sounds incredibly exciting to me. And I think in the past, I've read that Scott Clifton thought it would be nice to play a darker version of Liam, and they've never really done it. Will Liam Spencer become aggressive and pursue Hope Logan? So the second thing that could come out of this is because he beat the brain tumor, Liam may not want to waste one more day, not one more minute, and decide he's going to grab life by the horns and get kind of aggressive. Carpe diem, seize the day stuff, taking what he wants by any means necessary. And that may start with taking Hope. Maybe Liam decides he wants Hope back, and Liam wakes up and immediately starts making really huge moves, makes a bid for her, tells Hope she should dump Carter Walton and come back to him. We all know how much Liam loves Hope, and I truly believe he is still in love with her now. I feel like Liam simply shoved her at Carter because he thought he was going to die, and Liam didn't want Hope sitting around mourning him. Liam wanted Hope to enjoy a joyful life full of love. And he thought Carter would be an excellent stepdad to Beth. But once Liam wakes up and finds out he's going to live, he may tell Hope, "Listen, I love you. I'm in love with you. I'll always be in love with you. I want to be with you. Leave Carter. Pick me. And if his personality is impacted by the tumor or operation intruding on a crucial region of his brain, Liam might even pressure Hope or demand that she select him and be real aggressive about it. Liam may act like somebody who Hope doesn't necessarily recognize. And if she continues with Carter, we might see Liam being obsessed with Hope. And that might be really dramatic. Could Liam channel Dollar Bill? Exploring Liam's potential transformation. So the third way Liam might alter is that he could start acting more like his father Bill. We all know even on their worst days, Liam and Wyatt Spencer have never been cutthroat like their dad, who is all about profit by any means necessary, seizing what he wants. Bill will run over anybody to make things happen. So it'd be intriguing if Liam woke up channeling the absolute worst tendencies that he inherited from Bill, but he always kept in check. Right before the operation, Liam got what he always wanted from Bill. His dad was frank, talked about his thoughts, told Liam he loves him and was proud of him. And then if everything flips around and Liam basically turns into Bill and treats his dad the way Bill used to treat him, I think it would be incredibly interesting. A version of Liam brash and arrogant, kind of like a snackized version of Dollar Bill, criticizing his dad, ridiculing him. Liam acting like Bill would be a massive karmic slap to his dad. So, if Liam came out of this as like Dollar Bill 2.0, I think it would stun everybody. Bold the beautiful, Liam Spencer. Bold the beautiful, Liam Spencer. Will Liam pursue Steffi Forrester again? The impact on Finn and their friendship. The second way Liam may alter for the bad is if he turned on Finn, who is now his good friend, and Liam started pursuing Steffi again. Finn and Liam have established this true connection during this cancer issue. They actually like each other. But if Liam comes out of the surgery and turns into a genuine jerk and starts following Steffi, that would shatter this nascent connection with Finn. And Liam and Finn might become competitors again. Steffi would loathe that. So would Finn. I think a lot of fans would dislike it because they don't want to see Liam back in the middle of them. It would be a soapy outcome, but I think a bad outcome, but never say never. Amnesia twist. Will Liam forget his past on Bold and the Beautiful? And the last thing is a common soap trope. Liam comes out of the brain operation with, wait for it, amnesia. He could wake up with no memory of who he is, of his life, his parents, Bill, or anything else. Everybody would be appalled if Liam didn't remember them. Especially Bill, who just spent over $1 million for this medical miracle treatment. Now, I would truly like to see Liam wake up from this surgery transformed. I think it would be amazing to see him channel Bill, or chase Hope kind of violently or getting black. Those are extremely fun alternatives. I would certainly loathe the notion of Liam going after Steffi again. And I also do not think I'd appreciate seeing Liam with amnesia. That plot has been so overdone on soap operas. The best case scenario, Liam returns to his old self. So the best scenario, but also the least dramatic, is Bill sits there waiting and Liam wakes up healed of the cancer and the same sweet little vegan that everybody knows and loves. Of course, that wouldn't be that intriguing anyway. So wait and see how it plays out. Scammer Grace's cover-up Liam's miracle, not what it seems. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Thursday, July 17th, reveal that Scammer Grace Buckingham will focus on her cover-up since Liam Spencer's miracle definitely isn't what it looks. Grace introduced her colleague, Dr. Adhikari, before the procedure and made sure Bill Spencer was wiring the money, but something suspicious is certainly going on here. BNB viewers saw Grace perform an incision on Liam's head. But what occurred after that? We're wagering that nothing happened at all and that Liam never had a true tumor to begin with. Perhaps Grace has been blackmailed into intercepting patients with brain injuries, convincing them they have an incurable tumor, and then offering them this wonderful chance to survive. The fact that Liam had an extraordinarily affluent father may have made him an especially good candidate for the swindle. Grace may have faked the scans and offered up drugs to make Liam think his problems were worsening ahead of this miracle cure. Dr. Adhikari honestly doesn't even seem like a legitimate doctor now that he's been on screen without much to say. Grace is claiming the tumor's gone and that Liam's a medical miracle. But it simply feels like maybe Liam was never terminally ill at all. Of course, Bill is pleased over the procedure seemingly being a success. So Grace can try to tell herself everybody wins here. However, Bill would undoubtedly disagree if he realized he paid all that money for no purpose. Since John, Finn, Finnegan, and Bridget Forrester are questioning why Grace purportedly left Liam into Bill's care so soon, they could be on the approach of finding Grace's role in this scam. Grace obviously felt she had no option if she was being threatened along with her girls. But she's still responsible for her choices and will inevitably suffer criticism when everything blows public. For now, Grace will verify to make sure the money's been moved and seem guilty over all the shoddiness. Although Grace would hope the rest of this plan goes down without a hitch, there are certain to be some hiccups along the way. The bold and the beautiful teasers indicate Finn will likely do some investigating and seek the truth in the next episodes. Liam, Sheila, and Luna are indestructible. The bold and the beautiful spoilers record that Liam Spencer still has a so-called incurable fatal tumor. But John Finn Finnegan was able to withdraw the bullet that Sheila Carter's twisted progeny blasted into his at close range. Wanting viewers are joyously suspending disbelief in accepting that Liam survived being wounded in the chest, not the foot as Sheila, by the second bullet fired from Luna Nozowa's illegally obtained pistol. Surely it was not utilized as a peacemaker. Instead, this soapy summer mayhem that has ensued envelopes all that daytime audiences enjoy. But Liam didn't drop dead after Luna shot him. Instead, he climbed from the floor of his father's beach house, turned makeshift summer art school, grabbed her revolver, happily delivered his dead guy line, and then fired the trigger, observing life-saving surgery in Los Angeles. Despite not quickly dying owing to the impact of the metal that entered his body and then gunning Luna down, Liam also survived long enough to make it to surgery. How many hospitals anywhere in the known world have an observation section where loved ones or anybody can observe life-saving surgery? Thankfully, University Hospital, in this version of Los Angeles, California, does because Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Hope Logan, and Carter Walton observed Finn save Liam. Fans may have been wondering if the bullet eliminated the tumor, and all would be addressed after the emergency treatment. Luna would have undoubtedly taken credit for that outcome in the future, if so. Meanwhile, Sheila Carter's stock rises. Steffi was adamant. She couldn't sustain eye contact with Luna. At the same time, Yamada's character repeatedly aimed the gun at her during the argument, before Liam arrived to rescue the day, but wouldn't agree to allow her unwanted stepdaughter to have contact with Finn. Wood's character deserves respect for sticking to her. Well, guns for being willing to die on principle. Sheila's entrance at the property Bill Spencer owns added a new flavor as well. It was a full reversal of the iconic scene where Brown's character accidentally shot Finn while trying to shoot Steffi and then purposely shot her with a second trigger pull in the alley behind, Aiel Giardino. Sheila took the first bullet this time and lost another toe on her already damaged foot. That establishes the supposed need for one of Soap's most famed villains to be obliged to walk with a marked stride going forward. Whether Steffi allows Sheila to have what Luna wants for herself and her grandma, contact with Finn, feels potentially more likely. Luna Nozawa follows her father's path. Lee Finnegan told Poppy Nozawa that Luna died in recovery. That happened after Lee promised her crew that she would take over following her successful pull of the bullet, raising the obvious déjà vu question. Is Lee recreating the scenario where she claimed Finn was dead but covertly doctored him back to health at a clandestine location? Certainly, Sheila will suspect Luna's death and Lee's claim of it after obtaining this news and having time to ponder all that's happened. Viewers recall that Sheila somehow learned Lee was holding Finn and finally chased Matsuda's character off a bridge and into what should have been a watery end. So, if Luna's body is promptly cremated, another open question will remain, with chatter already in the ether that Yamada hasn't quit the cast. Why two men were willing to die for Steffi Forrester, the Queen, or just lucky? The bold and the beautiful spoilers show why both Finn and Liam were willing to take bullets for Steffi Forrester. Is she actually special or just fortunate? Bold and beautiful spoilers. 2 men, 2 bullets, 1 Steffi. The queen bee or just plain reckless? Okay, we need to talk about Steffi Forrester and this incredibly wild pattern that's got the entire B&B fans in an uproar. Picture this, not 1, but 2 different guys have practically put themselves in front of bullets meant for Ridge and Taylor's daughter. First it was her husband Finn Finnegan getting a slug from his insane mama Sheila Carterback in 2022. Now, Liam Spencer, yup, the waffler himself, just played human shield against Luna Nozawa's gun. The burning question driving supporters apart? Is Steffi truly so unique? Or is she merely a magnet for danger who gets lucky with heroic men? The great Steffi debate. Queen or chaos? Let me tell you, the forums are on fire about this one. Some fans are proclaiming Steffi as the ultimate leading lady. Facts. They love the Queen Steffi, one supporter gushed. And honestly, when you look at her credentials, CEO of Forrester Creations, dedicated mother to Hayes and Kelly, married to a gorgeous doctor who adores her, you can see why they're Team Steffi. But hold up. The haters came out swinging hard. Most other women wouldn't have been stupid like Steffi. One critic fired back. Another zinged. Liam would have done the same for Hope, Beth, and Kelly. Ain't nothing remarkable about trashy bully Steffi Immo. Ouch. Tell us how you actually feel. Why does everyone want to kill Steffi? Here's where it gets juicy, and I mean juicy. Some fans are pointing out a pattern that's, well, it's hard to ignore. Steffi has this propensity of going toe-to-toe with hazardous people. Remember when she literally threatened Luna? You know, the maniac with a gun? One especially vicious fan wrote, Steffi has a way to make villains like Sheila or Luna hate her even more than they would hate a normal person. Steffi is violent herself, running around striking them or at least verbally abusing them until they attack her back. I mean, they're not wrong. This girl truly went and provoked a woman brandishing a firearm. Any wise person would have attempted the entire, hey, let's talk this out method. But no. Steffi in full confrontation mode because that's exactly who she is. And Liam paid the price with a bullet to the chest. The defense rests. Now, before the Steffi stands come for me, let's admit some truths here. This mother is taking care of Liam after he took that bullet. She hired Hope back after the whole coup catastrophe. She's truly pleased with Finn and has nothing reason to be jealous of Hope. I mean, look at their lives side by side. Steffi, CEO, lovely Cliff House, devoted husband who doesn't cheat, thriving fashion line. Hope, living at Carter's apartment now, can't keep a man, fashion line that's been up and down more times than a yo-yo.